You can make a difference. You can give hope to a child. You can change a life. And that is no small change.
Welcome to another episode of One-on-One. My name is Dave Staal.
And I'm Chris Reinsma, and we are excited to talk to you today from the headquarters here in Michigan. And Dave, if you notice on our table here, our group of mugs has expanded quite a bit.
It's now a collection, Chris.
It's a collection because we got a mug from Pat Jasper in Arizona. Thanks, Pat. And also from Linda Beatty at the Heights in Texas, just north of Dallas.
Which is why we're sporting the short sleeve shirts today, because we have warm weather mugs coming our way and we can feel the glow of warmth coming from them. So thank you for sending those in.
Yeah. Today we're going to talk, Dave, about secrets. The five secrets, really, of mentoring. What makes a great mentoring relationship? What are the 5 secrets behind it? So why don't you start us off and tell us about the first secret that makes a great mentor.
So you want me to share a secret right now?
I want you to share a secret right now.
I'll give it a shot. The first secret is for a mentor to come into a relationship with high hopes but low expectations. Now, Chris, what I mean by that whole contrast there is that when you go in with a child, have high hopes that you are going to make a big difference. However, have low expectations that you're going to be able to see a difference each and every week that you meet, because that's probably not going to happen. But if you come in with high hopes and low expectations, you'll have a realistic balance coming in there, and you won't ask for too much, but you won't expect too little either. Does that make sense?
That makes great sense. And I think that, that makes a mentor just coming into the relationship with the right state of mind, really. I mean, that's what we're really talking about, isn't it?
Yeah. It comes down to this. Another way to say it is the high hopes is faithfulness, meaning you have faith that something great is going to happen. The low expectations is going to require perseverance so that you get through all those times where you don't see a lot of progress. So faithfulness and perseverance combine when you have high hopes and low expectations. And that's the first secret, Chris. Can you share a secret with us?
I can. The second secret of great mentoring is believing in the child completely. And we always say that we want to believe in the child, but I think it's believing in them not only when you're with them, but when you're not with them. And part of that is just about the way that you talk about them. When you're not mentoring, when you're with your folks at church, when you're out in the community, maybe within the school building, you're talking about your belief in the child and how well that they're doing. So it's not just believing in them while you're with the child, but also believing in the child when you're with other groups of people. And I think part of that belief just comes down to opening yourself up to the possibilities, because a lot of these kids have been in situations where they haven't really met with a lot of success, and people aren't necessarily looking at them and saying, boy, that kid is really going to be successful. I think as a mentor, you're that person that comes in and says, boy, I believe in the possibilities for you, and because of that sort of thinking and believing and talking about it, that creates space for that kid to really succeed. So that's the second secret.
That makes all the sense in the world. By the way, I love the little guy I mentor. Is that what you're talking about?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly. Dave, let's keep rolling. What's a third secret for great mentoring to take place?
Well, I think it plays off of what you just shared with us, Chris, and that is to share affirmation with your child each and every week that you get together. And that's very practical, Chris. What I mean by that is have it as your mission when you mentor a child to share at least one strong and clear affirmation with your child every session that you get together. No matter what you have to do, I love the way you look today. You did a great job reading. You played by the rules this week. You did a great job. I can see goodness in your heart. Share some kind of affirmation so that that child leaves with something that he or she didn't have when they came into your meeting that week. But those affirming words, Chris, those will linger and echo in a child's mind for the entire week that follows. You just need to give them the words that stick in their mind.
Dave, what happens if I mentor for an hour and things just don't go well and we have a really rough time? How can I find an affirmation even in that circumstance?
Well, just make it up, Chris. No, what you need to do is there's one way to look at your child and to react to what he or she does. And that's a strategy for finding something to affirm. A lot of times, though, in mentoring, you need to be able to look deeper at a child and say, you know what? I really like being your friend. I just want you to know that. And no matter what's gone on in that session that you've had, you can always look at your child and say, you know what? I love being your friend, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Minimally, you can share that. You can share that every time you get together. And if you do, Chris, that might be the only time child hears those words all week long. So that's the third secret. Chris, what about the fourth?
The fourth one, and this comes out of some of the research that we just did with our Project Focus, following our churches to understand success, is we found that the fourth secret of a great mentoring relationship is the engagement of your prayer partner in the relationship. And we actually saw that those mentors who really did engage their prayer partners had stronger relationships and better relationships with their mentees. And particularly if they shared two things with their prayer partners. One, they had to share how they felt about the relationship, and two, how their mentee was doing. If they shared those two things, that really led to a better relationship, because I think the prayer partner was able to feel more connected, engaged, and really to pray more effectively for the relationship when that happened. Now, with all that said, one of the things we did see too is that a lot of mentors really underutilized their prayer partner. They really didn't talk to them very much. Their prayer partners didn't know a whole lot about what was going on in the relationship, and because of that, those relationships weren't necessarily as strong as those mentors who really engaged with their prayer partners.
Okay, Chris, I'm kind of a slow guy. Share is a big, ambiguous word. Give me some practical to-dos as far as when you say share with your prayer partner. Give us a couple specifics as far as what do you really want mentors to do? How do they share with their prayer partner?
Well, first of all, I think they can come up with a communication system that's regular, so that they're having regular contact. It's not just this sort of once in a while when I see you at church, but they have something set up where they're communicating regularly, either through email or phone calls, and maybe it's right after you finish your mentoring. You pick up the phone, you call right away where things are fresh in your mind. So that's one way. The second thing is just sharing specific information. To talk generally about what's going on in the relationship may not be as helpful for the mentor. So maybe talking about how the time is going, what you're actually doing in the mentoring hour, some of the things that the mentee is doing and you're seeing change in. They might be getting better at reading, or you had a really fun time playing a game today. Those are the kinds of things that you can share which are real specific, which help a mentor to sort of picture what's going on in that hour, and I think helps them to pray more effectively.
And could we maybe combine 3 and 4 and say, share with your prayer partner the affirmation that you shared with your child?
Absolutely.
That would work, wouldn't it?
I think that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. Now, Dave, we said there were going to be 5 things, and we've talked about 4. So what's the 5th thing, the 5th secret to being a great mentor? Why don't you share that with us?
The 5th secret is simple. It's basically find a way. And what I mean by that, Chris, is that when you sign up to mentor and you go through the screening, you go through the training, you meet your child and all that, there's this big adrenaline surge that gets you probably to your first couple of times that you meet. And then all of a sudden what happens is you'll get a phone call and maybe there's an appointment that would conflict with your mentoring hour. Or some other piece of life comes and tries to creep into your schedule, and we all know that happens all the time. What you need to do is find a way to break through all of the obstacles that life will put in front of you and make it to that mentoring hour every single week. You know, the best mentors are the ones who find a way to show up, knowing that when they do, that's when great things can happen. But if you don't show up, the relationship really cannot move forward. So finding a way means saying no to appointments, saying no to this, that, and the other thing, whatever it causes. Chris, I mentor every Monday afternoon at 2:45. What I've had to do is say, I will not do anything. I will not accept an appointment, any travel dates, anything for Monday afternoon, because my commitment level has to be high. And believe me, I've had to take a pass on some very, very potentially productive appointments and meetings with people because I'm looking at a little person who's going to be waiting there at 2:45 for me on Monday, and I don't want to let him down. So a great mentor, a secret to great mentoring is you just find a way. You just get there.
Yep. And you know, Dave, we hear that all the time, don't we, from schools that just are really so thankful that Kids Hope USA mentors, on balance, really do a good job with that. They really try hard to get there. But again, you know, life comes at you, and there might be some unexpected twists and turns, but you've got to say, boy, this is a priority. I'm going to show up.
Right, right.
Well, Dave, let's reveal another secret. So we've done the 5 secrets, but I want to add a 6th secret, and that secret is I want to reveal who is our contest winner for this particular week. So I'm going to go ahead and spin this around.
And you know what, Chris? Before you do, let's remind everybody as far as what is it that we're doing here. Well, we're going to pick out a number and then find a corresponding name of a program. And if we call your name of the program, if you get back to us by 5 p.m. on the next business day after this broadcast, then you will win $100 worth of Kids Hope USA goods and prizes. Or what is it?
Oh, look at that one. Can you grab that one, Dave?
There we go. It is, can you read it?
Number 278.
Number 278.
Let me look on my sheet. Who's number 278? Number 278 is a program not far from here, Dave. It is Church of the Servant, and the director there is Maureen Stewart. So Church of the Servant in Grand Rapids, Michigan. You have won $100 worth of merchandise from KCP products, and you need to call us within 24 hours, and if you do so, then you will get that $100.
But Chris, February 11th, when we're airing this, is a Friday.
So what are we going to do?
So what are we going to do? I say we do this because we love our program so much. We will give you till 5 p.m. on February 14th to give us a call. Grand Rapids to Zeeland, Michigan is not a long call. You could even run over here if you want to. But by 5 p.m. on February 14th, Valentine's Day, call us and we will show you the love by giving you $100 worth of KCP products.
That's great. Well, Dave, why don't we consult our professionals, our psychologists from Dr. Roger and Dr. Brad, and see what they said about what makes these relationships, what are the secrets to the great relationships. And let me start with Dr. Roger. He said this: what makes an effective mentor can be said in one word: persistence. And kind of goes back to our 4th secret, doesn't it? That it's really about being there. So persistence.
Yeah, oh, great job, Dr. Roger. Dr. Brad also had some wonderful comments for us. Here's what he said: the secret to being an effective mentor is simply to give attention. Attention shows unconditional acceptance, care, and love, exactly what the children in our programs need. And you know what? When they receive that, Chris, when you deploy the 5 secrets of effective mentoring, then guess what? You will change your life. Because, Chris, when you change your life,
that's no small change. Dave, one of the things that I love about doing this is that I don't have to wear my shoes when I come in the studio.
Yeah, not all of us love that, Chris, but yeah, you know, that is the brightest yellow pair of socks I've ever had. Is that SpongeBob SquarePants on your socks?
They are. I bought some with my kids the other day. I like wearing those. You know, I would not have thought that that is your toenail polish color, but I really like it. How did you find that color?
Went to a new place.
New place?
It's amazing. Yeah, it's just
Awesome.
amazing.
Do you go with Becky when you guys go get a pedicure together?
I like to surprise her.
Okay,
you know, but
that's good.
Staying within my color palette and everything.
Yeah, it's
you know,
good.
But you know, I don't think it goes with the bright blue. Though,
Not quite as well, but it's a good color for you.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
you know, we'll see. Maybe next broadcast we'll go something just a little crazier.
Okay.
All right.